Okay, welcome back. Last time I introduced my new team, and we also took on the Elite Four. However, after we beat them, we arrived just a little bit too late. N had already defeated Alder, and now Team Plasma's castle is surrounding the Pokemon League. So, today we're going to be finishing off the main story as I storm Team Plasma's castle, and we have the battle of truth and ideals. Into the castle we go. Only be greeted by 6 of the 7 sages. Those in accord with fate are preserved, those who rebel against fate perish. When the way is forgotten, duty and justice appear. One can lose the forest for the trees. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, that is a second mistake. Superior men understand what is right, inferior men understand what will sell. There are not 2 suns in the sky, nor 2 sovereigns over the people. Well, if anything should happen to our king, it would be disastrous. It would ruin Ghetsis' perfect plan. Our Lord N will be disappointed, but the 6 of us shall defeat you here. Can you manage that? You know it's serious because all the gym leaders turned up. Still standing, are you, Branch? Yep, hi Clay, how are you doing? Your drift fails. It ain't just me. And here come all the gym leaders. So sorry, not only are we stronger than you, but there's a lot of us. Accursed gym leaders! Ignoring Team Plasma, that would be a terrible thing for us gym leaders to do. Bianca asked us to come too. And of course Bryson doesn't save him. I'm fine, don't worry. No need to worry. Holder of the Lightstone, please proceed. And now, what if I talk to all? I can empathize with some of what you say, but I can't forgive the way you reject everything else. Constant dripping wears away the stone. I've been waiting in the abyss for this day. No one shall interfere. Bryson have anything to say? Nope, of course he doesn't. Okay, Elsa doesn't appreciate stubborn people. We can only do our best and leave the rest to fate. We've done everything in our power. All we can do now is believe in our Lord N and wait. Things aren't going to go the way you fellas think they are. I'm sure of that. Ghetsis called us the Chosen Ones. He chose us and gathered us here so we can change the world. For us, defeat is impossible. We've been and will continue to be together with Pokemon. Your Pokemon, they're doing their best for you, right? Why would you want to be separated from like that? You shall not interfere with Team Plasma, or our king. A single fallen leaf signals the start of autumn. We know our history. The emergence of this castle is the harbinger of change in Unova. Okay, Skylar, very much into battle. Okay, what does this guy have to say? It is the way of the universe to take from excess and fill emptiness. Taking Pokemon from people is restoring balance to nature. Okay, so if gym leaders can handle the 7 sages, well, the 6 sages, because obviously Ghetsis is the 7th sage. I don't think that's ever stated, but yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so our Lord N proved that he's stronger than the champion. Now many trainers will admire our Lord N and follow his orders. In other words, they'll do whatever Team Plasma says. We, Team Plasma, were using Pokemon we took from others all along. Ah, poor little Pokemon. They had to do what we told them. Okay, is there any items? No, there are not. I am going to go and check every single room in here, because I know there are a few items. And also, you get a bit of story. So, you know, always good to do that. In this castle, you may rest your Pokemon and access your PC. Fear not. First, you have your Pokemon rest in that room. When they are healed, it is our Lord N's wish that you be moved to the innermost part of this castle. Okay, thanks, member of the Shadow Triad number 1. Anything else in this room? No, it's just Anthea and Concordia. Okay. I am Anthea. Trainer, before you go to confront my Lord N, please take a moment to rest. Okay, thanks. Ah, good. Both you and your Pokemon have regained their energy. Trainers battle to practice their skills and to grow in experience, but never to hurt their Pokemon. My Lord N has realized this, deep down in his heart, but he spent too much painful time here in this castle to admit it. I'm Concordia. I give peace and comfort to N. N has been separated from people since he was young. He was brought up with Pokemon that were betrayed, mistreated, and hurt by bad people. Ghetsis deliberately brought only those poor Pokemon closer to N. N was touched by their plight and started pursuing his ideals, thinking only of Pokemon. N's heart is pure and innocent, but there's nothing more beautiful and terrifying than innocence. So, Anthea and Concordia are kind of interesting because they are evidently important. Like, they are named character, like, they are named and important, but they don't do anything in the story. Everything is going perfectly as Ghetsis of the Seven Sages calculated and planned. He's been thinking about how he can manipulate people's hearts as he wishes. We'd been secretly building this castle for several years by overworking Pokemon that we took away, without being noticed by anyone. But yeah, so Anthea and Concordia, I think they could have played a much larger role in the story. I don't know if they do in the manga, but like, it's always been weird to me that they're kind of just characters who turn up right at the end and don't do anything. Ah, our young wanderer, are you surprised? This castle is the hub of Team Plasma's, no, Ghetsis of the Seven Sages' scientific capability, a manifestation of knowledge. Now we can infiltrate the Pokemon storage system inside every trainer's PC. If our king wills it, we can steal every Pokemon stored in a PC and release them all. N wouldn't want that, he would at least want people to be able to say goodbye to their Pokemon, I think. Anyway, let's just keep going, because we have a couple more floors left to go through. As part of his plan to take away Pokemon from their people, my Lord N entrusted some Pokemon to me. I've been spending time with them, and I don't think I want to let them go. Oh. I may not be cut out for Team Plasma. Honestly, I think that's one of the most interesting things about N's castle here, because you talk to the other members of Team Plasma, and they range from being like all in on being evil to, actually, wait, are we doing the right thing here? And I think that's super interesting. Okay, they'll just teleport me back to the Pokemon League if I want to. I don't need an item to catch Pokemon anymore. Okay, thanks. I will take a free Ultra Ball, thanks. Hang on, wait. Pokeballs. From my point of view, they're items that keep Pokemon confined. But for trainers like you, they're a way to bond with Pokemon. If you run out of Pokeballs, come see me. I will give one to you. This Pokemon's become attached to me. But as far as I'm concerned, a Pokemon is just a simple tool. I don't understand. Like, buddy, you have made a friend. That Pokemon is a friend, hello. A battle between you and our Lord N will reveal whether our Lord N is an ideal hero. It will also reveal how you feel about protecting the current world, where people live with Pokemon. Okay, thanks, member of the Shadow Triad, number 2. That room was the world that was provided to our Lord N. I don't feel anything, even when I go into the room. But you may feel something. So, now we go in and investigate what the life N had was. Honestly, just the unsettling version of his theme music is always good. Okay, we'll find some bridge mail. An art panel with a printed geometric pattern. This panel has a dart stuck in it. This toy box is full of new toys. Cool mobile, to be fair. Also, like, cool skateboard for, like, cool half-pipe. A half-pipe for skateboards. It has Pokemon scratch marks on it here and there. Okay, so the question is, can N skate? I would like to believe he can. Where's that spin-off, Game Freak? This toy box contains pieces of a train set. It's a set of trains and tracks. Has it been played with recently? The answer is probably yeah. A skateboard is resting on a pile of wheels. And what does this say? It's a basketball that looks like it's been used a lot. It says Harmonia on it. It's a home-style basketball. So yeah, I think just this one room and the bit of music that accompanies it is absolutely phenomenal. It is genuinely just really good wordless storytelling. It's like, oh, that's kind of like all N has ever really had of a world before he got to, you know, go out and become a trainer. Okay, we find a Miracle Seed. Did I give that a Grover? No, but I am going to lead with Grover, because I know what's coming up, so I want a defensive lead. Somewhere far away from here, Team Galactic and Team Rocket drew too much attention to themselves. That's why their plans were thwarted. Okay, so that makes reference to Kanto and Sinnoh. Also, we're nearly there, don't worry. The next floor's the top floor, I think. If we use force to take Pokemon away from people, the people will rebel. But if we manipulate their hearts, people will release Pokemon voluntarily. A trainer who loved Pokemon until yesterday will release Pokemon today. Tomorrow, another trainer will let Pokemon go. Honestly, I feel like you could dissect that line and get a lot from that. Because yes, in the context of the game, that makes perfect sense. But also, it's like, hey, if the series is consistently disappointing you, eventually you might just give up on the series. But hey, and that isn't just a Pokemon thing, but whatever. Anyway, let's go in, because this is clearly the entrance to the throne room. Hi, Ghetsis, how are you? Welcome, holder of the Lightstone. The castle that appeared as if it were enveloping the Pokemon League is a symbol. It means Unova will change. The king of this castle is the strongest trainer in the world. He's accompanied by the legendary Pokemon. He has defeated the champion. Added to all of that, and his heart burns with the desire to improve the world. If that's not what makes a hero, what more do you need? Now that the stage is set, we can seize people's hearts and minds. We can bring into being the world that that Team Plasma desires, more easily than you can imagine. We and only we will use Pokemon, and we shall rule the powerless populace. I've been waiting so long for this. I've kept my silence so that no one could piece together what I had planned. And now those painful days are at an end. Go, onward. Discover whether you have what it takes to be a hero. Oh, hang on, wait. Go, holder of the Lightstone. In this room, you can learn whether you too can be a hero. Okay, later, Ghetsis. I will see you in probably like 15 minutes. Hi, Anne, how you doing, buddy? What I desire is world for Pokemon and Pokemon alone. I will separate Pokemon from people. Also, Pokemon can regain their original power. It's time to settle this once and for all. My determination is absolute. Good. I will prove the value of my beliefs even if it means my Pokemon friends get hurt. Since you've come this far, I believe you are equally determined. If that's so, prove it to me. Show me the depth of your determination. Okay. You came all this way to battle me, but Reshiram is not responding. You haven't been recognized as the hero yet, have you? How disappointing. I actually kind of liked you a little. Through our many battles, I got the feeling that you might be a trainer who truly cares for Pokemon. But I was kidding myself. The idea of trainers getting to know each other through battles is ridiculous. You have two options. Challenge me to a fight you can't win, or leave this place and watch the birth of a new world, where Pokemon are free of people. Zekrom, come to me. That isn't a Zekrom. Hi, Zekrom, how are you doing, buddy? The Lightstone. It's trembling inside the bag. The Lightstone is. I mean, Reshiram is. The Lightstone draws in the aura of the surroundings and converts it into a powerful force, which is now being released. The first time seeing that was so cool. Zekrom and Reshiram. They were once one life, one Pokemon. Complete opposites, yet the same. Zekrom and Reshiram are Pokemon that appear before the hero they recognize. Ah, I see. You really are a hero too. I'll tell you what that Pokemon is saying to you. I want to battle with you. Try to make me your friend and ally. It plans to test you to see if you are really pursuing strength. I also am curious to see how powerful you are. Now, catch Reshiram and make it your ally. Okay, so what's this? That's one of the Lake Guardians. Get ready, go after it. Okay, so what is my Reshiram? That's a Lugia. That is indeed a Lugia. Okay, so now I gotta play a fun little mini game called How Do I Catch This? Because here's the thing, I do have a Master Ball. I don't want to waste the Master Ball on this thing, because while Lugia is super good, while Lugia is an insanely good Pokemon, okay, I'm gonna need you to calm down, Lugia. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna whittle it down just a little bit. I'll whittle it down just a little bit, and then I'll whittle it down a little bit, throw a few Pokeballs, and if I don't get it within, I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say I'll say 10. If I don't get it within 10 Pokeballs, then I'll just Master Ball it. Because you do need to catch this to move on. Like, the game will not allow you to proceed unless you have the legendary Pokemon. Like, you have to catch it. I think the only exception... Like, I think the game does make an exception for it, but it's like, if your party and the entire PC box is full. So, you could do it, but you would be going out of your way to make sure it doesn't happen. And by the looks of it, Lugia doesn't really seem like it wants to cooperate with me, which isn't exactly ideal. I mean, hey, Chuck once, as I said that. I mean, to be fair, I think that is rather fitting, because in episode 3, I believe it was, in episode 3, I encountered a wild Lugia, and I spent a good while trying to catch it, and eventually, I couldn't catch it because I ran out of Pokeballs. So I think it's kind of cool and maybe a little bit fitting that now that I've reached the end of the game, hey, guess who came back and I now need to catch to move on. Okay, after this ball, I will throw 3 more, and if I don't catch it, I'll just Master Ball this thing. I mean, realistically, I'm not going to be using this. I'm going to send Lugia back to the PC regardless. But hey, we'll see what we can do. Okay, 3 Pokeballs, and then I Master Ball. So, this is ball number 1. Ball number 1 did not go well in the slightest. Hydro Pump, that's going to do nothing even in the rain. Yeah, I do have a bit of a level gap because I didn't calculate, because I didn't add, I didn't do the thing where it would change the level of the legendaries. So, ultimately, this was probably a misplay on my part entirely. However, because the teams are randomized, I don't know if N will even have the Pokemon that Zekrom was randomized to. So it's entirely possible that I will get into this fight. N would be meant to lead with... I don't know which of the Lake Guardians it is off the top of my head. I'm going to say it was probably Mesprit. Yeah, I'm going to say it was a Zelf. Because a Zelf is willpower, I believe. And I think that's kind of fitting. But also, just... yeah, it could be anything. Okay, so we catch the Lugia. I did just Master Ball it for the interests of time, really. No, we won't add Lugia to the party. Hold on. Your Pokemon are hurt. There's no triumph to be gained in battling a weakened opponent. Thanks, Anne. This is why you're the best. Now, I will create the future I desire. I shall sweep you before me. Okay, buddy, let's see. Let's see what you have for our final duel. Okay, so, what do you have? You have a Mashana lead. Okay. Okay, so Moshana shouldn't be too threatening, so I feel like I can set up screens. I feel like I can set up screens just to have a good setup. That isn't a Moshana. That 100% is not a Moshana. It doesn't learn Cotton Spore, and it definitely doesn't learn Sucker Punch. Okay, let's Magical Leaf to break through this and see what it is. This is a Cacturn. Okay. Interesting lead. Interesting lead. Okay. Grover, come on back. So we will switch in for Cinnamon. Okay, Payback could hit pretty hard here. Never mind. And that is a Shell Bell. It doesn't really heal a whole lot for him. And I go for a Fire Punch. If this survives and goes for Payback, I probably die. But it doesn't survive with a Fire Punch. Very good work, Cinnamon. Thank you. Good job, buddy. In comes a Dugtrio. I mean, an EQ is basically obvious here. Oh, we're arena trapped. I'm just gonna have to Fire Punch and hope for the best. He went for Fisher. He went for Fisher and missed. If he just clicked EQ, Cinnamon was probably dead. Okay, Poliwrath comes in. That's an easy enough switch in for Grover. Grover should be able to handle this. Very good, very good. Okay, he goes for Mind Reader. He goes for Mind Reader, which tells me he's more than likely going to be going for a Dynamic Punch now. Because Poliwrath being a Stone Evolution won't have too many options for its moveset. Basically, Poliwrath being a Stone Evolution won't have too many move options, and Mind Reader Dynamic Punch is guaranteed confusion. However, if he's just gonna spam Mind Reader, I have no real issues with that. Because this third Magical Leaf should finish off Poliwrath. There we go, Poliwrath is down. That's half his team gone. In comes the Moshana for real this time. I'm going to set screens back up. Okay, it sets up a Lucky Chant, but I can't crit it. So my ability to crit is now gone for a few turns. I have both screens up. Hypnosis land. So Grover is now asleep. But I feel pretty okay switching it to Fafnir here, because I don't imagine he'll have anything. I don't think a Moshana should be able to do anything here. Okay, so this thing has shown me Defense Curl, Lucky Chant, Hypnosis. Oh, yeah, right, Moshana's not a Stone Evolution. It won't have anything. Okay, Cursed Body is a little bit of a problem, but so is Hypnosis, but at the same time, I now know that it can't. Yeah, okay. This thing cannot do anything to Fafnir. My Hydreigon is completely safe against this Moshana. This Moshana can do absolutely nothing against Hydreigon. And pretty much, I'm just going to go for probably a Surf and an Earth Power to finish it off. And I just need to wake up. There we go. Thank you, Fafnir. So we land a Surf for a decent chunk. Defense Curl comes through. This thing's probably on like +3 or 4 now. I haven't really been keeping count. However, I do know... Okay, I know that my screens are now gone, so I need to be a little bit careful about that. Dragon Pulse is now disabled, so that's a little bit of a concern. And in comes a Delcatty. Okay, Delcatty probably can't do anything to Galio, so I'm just going to switch out. Because realistically, what can this thing do to a giant ghost type? It can try to go for Fake Out and not do anything. Okay, he Rift Draws Delcatty because it can't do anything. Goes out to a Dusk Noir. Okay. That's an interesting one. I'm going to go for Shadow Punch. I probably shouldn't. This is probably a bit dangerous. But never mind. I think Galio takes out the Dusk Noir. And now it is just this Delcatty, and we've already established that it can't do anything. We've already established that it can't actually do anything against Golurk. So Golurk is going to be in the clear for this fight. Fantastic. And now I EQ, finish off the Delcatty. Never mind, we get hit by Sing. Okay, so this So this Delcatty has shown Sing, it's shown Fake Out. I mean, realistically, it doesn't make any difference. We woke up turn 1, huge. And EQ finishes off Delcatty, and that is N defeated. Everything's ruined. The ideals I had, and I didn't get time to read the rest of the line. Zekrom and I were beaten. Your truth, your feelings, they were stronger than mine, it seems. Reshiram and Zekrom, each of them choosing a different hero. Is that even possible? 2 heroes living at the same time, one that pursues truth and one that pursues ideals. Could they both be right? I don't know. It's not by rejecting different ideas, but by accepting different ideas that the world creates a chemical reaction. This is truly the formula for changing the world. After all of that, do you still think you're worthy of sharing the name in Harmonia with me, you good-for-nothing boy? To start with, I spurred N into pursuing ideals. The reason we reawakened the legendary Pokemon now was to give my Team Plasma more power. Power to control the fearful masses. That, at least, was done well. After seeing you had to put your beliefs on the line and battle to see which one was chosen by the legendary Pokemon was the true hero, you lost to an ordinary trainer. There's such a thing as being too stupid. Add it up, you're nothing more than a warped, defective boy who knows nothing but Pokemon. I never would have thought the legendary Pokemon would choose a trainer like you. It caught me completely off guard. This doesn't change my goal. My plans have not been disturbed. In order to rule this world utterly, in order to manipulate the hearts of people who know nothing, I will have N be the king of Team Plasma. But for that to work, you, since you know the truth, you must be eliminated. Rule the world? Wasn't Team Plasma's goal to liberate Pokemon? That was just a convenient lie I needed to create Team Plasma. Use your head. What's to be gained from letting go of useful things like Pokemon? Certainly, manipulating Pokemon helps people expand their possibilities. That much I can agree with. So it naturally follows that only I should be able to use Pokemon. You fool, that's a ridiculous idea. You can say whatever you want. A Pokemon, even if it's revered as a deity, is still just a Pokemon. So what if it chose you? That doesn't mean you're a threat. Come on, now you'll face me in battle. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you've lost all hope. Okay, and thanks for the heal. Don't worry, buddy, we got this. I won't allow anyone to stop me, no matter who does what. Okay, buddy. Normally, Ghetsis' team is normally just kind of ridiculous. Normally, he has Bishop, Buffalant, Cofagrigus, Electros, Hydreigon, and I'm forgetting what his 6th Pokemon is. Okay, he leads with a Rotom. I'm going to set up screens. Setting up Substitute, okay. What is his normal team? He has Bishop, Buffalant, Electros, Bishop, Buffalant, Hydreigon, Electros, Cofagrigus. I'm forgetting his 6th Pokemon in here. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I say that I'm quickly going to Google it for my own convenience. I'm just going to quickly pull it up on my phone because, you know, professionalism, not even once. Okay, Electro Ball. Buddy, if you just want to keep powering up Grover, be my guest. Like, I don't think Grover's going to be sweeping your entire team, but hey, be my guest if you want to keep healing him. Not healing him, but, you know, making him more powerful. Okay, so it gets his team, Black and White 1. There's one Pokemon I'm forgetting on this team, and it's gonna bug me, because I'll see it and be like, oh yeah, of course that's his team. Okay, Ghetsis' team, when you fight him initially in this game, Seismitoad, I forgot about Seismitoad. He has Cofagrigus, Buffalant, Seismitoad, Bishop, Electros, and Hydreigon. Okay, that's a Walrein. Okay, it showed Cloud9, so I know that it doesn't have... It showed Cloud9, so I know that it isn't Pure Power, and I wasn't paying attention. I hadn't been keeping count of the number of turns my screens had been up. Okay, we live the Blizzard. I'm going to Synthesis to heal. I'm going to Synthesis, heal up, and see where I'm at with that. I should be able to survive whatever he throws at me, though. Okay, so Rover survives, and now I'll switch out to Cinnamon. I'll switch out to Cinnamon because I think this Walrein probably doesn't have any water move. Because it's bound by... Oh! Okay, okay, game. It's not that serious. Okay. Oh, no. And my controller's gone off. Great. Okay, we got a burn. He showed Ice Fang. So he showed Ice Fang. I'll just go for Fire Punch again. So I know that if he goes for a wait, he went for Rest. No way. No way! Cinnamon's gonna do it. Cinnamon's gonna get Bad Dreams value! Cinnamon has Bad Dreams! We're actually getting Bad Dreams value! Absolutely unprecedented, unexpected turn of events here. It has Snore. Okay, let's switch out. I think, what do I want to go to? I'll go out to Pentna, because Pentna will probably just eat whatever he throws at me here. Because he's shown his entire moveset now. He's shown Blizzard, Ice Fang, Rest. He's shown Blizzard, Ice Fang, Rest, and Snore. So I feel like I can probably just set Pentna up to sweep now. Like, I can probably just set up 3 Swords Dancers and then just Metal Claw through anything. And worst case scenario, I can probably, you know, deal with something else. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, it's probably not that bad. I know that Rest is 2 turns of sleep and then you wake up. So he'll wake up this turn, I think. 10 out of 10. I know that Rest is 2 turns of sleep and then you wake up. I wasn't paying attention to when he fell asleep. Okay, so Snort's doing like 14 damage or something. It's doing like 12, actually. And that is +6, so another Metal Claw finishes him off. Snore doesn't work because you woke up. And Metal Claw finishes off Walrein. Good job, Penta. Now, what is up next? Grover hits level 60. I will leave Aromatherapy. What's up next? A Mamoswine. Aqua Jet. It's Mystic Water boosted, it's Stab, and +6. That probably kills. I feel confident saying that kills. That's because it does. Let's go. Good job, Penta. Now, Dragonite. Okay, Dragonite could be scary. So okay, Safeguard. Actually, Dragonite's level up moveset isn't all that scary. I think we should be okay here. Okay, Dragon Rush. That's a little bit on the scary side. So we land that. We take out the Dragonite. Penta hits level 60. In comes a Haxorus. I want to... Now, here's the thing. I don't have a safe pivot here. Like, I don't have a pivot point, but I want to get Hydreigon in. Like, I want to get Hydreigon in, but I don't have a safe pivot point. And I don't really want to, you know, just raw switch it in on a Haxorus. So... Is he gonna heal? I think he heals. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not risking that. I'm just gonna go for Aqua Jet. Okay. I think he would have gone for, like, Dragon Claw or Earthquake or something. Either way, that was definitely the play. And his last Pokemon is a Vespiquen. Okay. So I guess I just Aqua Jet my way to victory here. Because Ghetsis has basically done nothing. Like, I misplayed a couple of times, but Swagger isn't going to do anything, because we're maxed out on attack. You know what? I don't think I can safely get... you know what, no, I'm not going to risk it. I was going to say, maybe I switch in Sparky and finish him off with that, or maybe I switch in Hydreigon, but I don't really want to mess with that. Vespiquen is potentially dangerous, so I will just take my win where I can get it. Okay, with that is Ghetsis defeated. His calculations, all of his planning, the world should be his, according to him. What? I created Team Plasma with my own hands. I'm absolutely perfect. I am perfection! I'm the perfect ruler of a perfect new world. Now, N, do you still think Pokemon and people should be separated? Since I couldn't become the hero and obtain the legendary Pokemon myself, I prepared someone for that purpose, N. He's nothing more than a freak without a human heart. You think you're going to get through to a warped person like that? Although, it's a waste of valuable time listening to him ramble on. He's the one without a human heart. You're right. He's truly pitiful. N, I'm sure you have much to think about. I know that... I know you are not pursuing ideals because of Ghetsis' manipulation, but because your heart was really inspired. That is why you were able to meet the legendary Pokemon. But I have no right to be the hero. Is that so? What you and the legendary Pokemon are going to do from now on? That's important, wouldn't you say? Acting like you understand. Up till now we've been fighting each other over our beliefs. Yet despite that, why? And even if we don't understand each other, that's not a reason to reject each other. There are two sides to any argument. Is there one point of view that has all the answers? Give it some thought. Okay, later Ghetsis. Heroes only time. I want to talk to you about something. It's about when I first met you in Akumi Town. I was shocked when I heard what your Pokemon was saying. I was shocked because that Pokemon said it liked you. It said it wanted to be with you. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe there were Pokemon that liked people. Because up until that moment, I'd never known a Pokemon like that. The longer my journey continued, the more unsure I became. All I kept meeting were Pokemon and people who communicated with one another and helped one another. That was why I needed to confirm my beliefs by battling. I wanted to confront you, hero to hero. I needed that more than anything. There's no way a person like me, someone who only understands Pokemon. No, actually, I didn't understand them either. No way could I measure up to you, when you'd met so many Pokemon and were surrounded by friends. The champion has forgiven me, and what I should do now is something I'll have to decide for myself. Branch? You said you have a dream. That dream, make it come true. Make your wonderful dream a reality, and it will become your truth. If anyone can, it's you. Well then. Farewell. And with that, credits roll. So, that's the main game of Pokemon Black complete. Obviously, this series isn't done. We still have, like, Eastern Unova to investigate. So we still have a few encounters left, and then basically I will be going around the rest of the region, getting my encounters that I haven't had previously. Then I have legendaries to deal with. Then I have 2 rival fights. So I have like the post-game Bianca fight, post-game Sharon fight, a fight with a Game Dev, rematches with the Elite Four, the true champion, and a champion from another region. So while the credits are rolling right now, our journey in Unova isn't done quite yet. However, I will talk about Pokemon Black for a bit, just because Well, the credits are now rolling, and I imagine for a lot of people this is where the series probably ends. So, basically, my main thought on Pokemon Black is, this is my favourite Pokemon game. I think it is the best Pokemon game. The only one that comes close is Black and White 2. I go back and forth on Black and White 1 and Black and White 2, which one I like more, because they are spectacular. Like, Generation 5, I feel like is just... I feel like it was when Game Freak fully knew everything they could do with the DS, and they just, like, pushed their knowledge of game dev for that system just to its absolute limit. Like, how you get the just beautiful cutscenes of mixes of 2 and 3D. The music is fantastic. I think Pokemon's gameplay probably peaks here. It's fast, it's fluid. You introduce new battle types. You have triple battles, you have rotation battles. Also, you even have the Wonder Launcher battles, which I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually done one of those. Those hidden abilities were introduced in Gen 5. There's so much great stuff in Gen 5. On top of that, there's also just fantastic music and everything. And with that, that's the game complete for now. The series will be continuing. I think there's probably, like, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 more episodes. I don't know 100% for certain. I'll see how it all goes. But we aren't quite... Like, this series will be continuing, but the main story is now over. So, if this is where you jump off the series, completely understandable. And, well, hopefully the end of Capsule Monster Coliseum and whatever comes after that will also catch your interest, or whatever I eventually do after I finish the rest of this will. So, I'm going to end off today's video here. Pokemon Black will be beginning the post-game on Monday. Yes, we'll be starting the post-game on Monday, and Capsule Monster Coliseum will be finishing next week as well. We have the penultimate duel on tomorrow's video. But for now, I'm going to end off today's video here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time for more Pokemon Black as we start the post-game, or for Capsule Monster Coliseum tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.